My dear,
Huh?
I was trying to celebrate my divorce.
That ain't the way to do it.
My dear, now, I know Vanessa wasn't the best girl.
She was the worst, absolute worst. You couldn't have got worse if you had prayed and said, God, send me worse. Bless me with worse, oh Father.
I thought I could change her, my dear.
Can't change people, son. I don't know what make folk think they can change somebody. You can't change nobody. That is a waste of time sitting around trying to change somebody. Maya Angelou said it best. She said, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. You know what that means? If it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, then guess what?
It's a duck.
Aflac.
But my dear, I didn't see any of this coming.
Don't sit there and tell that lie.
I didn't.
God always sends you a sign. Don't sit there and tell that lie. That little voice in the back of your head that was telling you to pay attention, that was God's way of trying to get you to pay attention. And I would listen to that voice. I would stop what I'm doing. I remember I was asleep. It was 4:30 in the morning. That voice said, get up. I said, what's up? What's up? What's up? Man walk in the house. I said, where the hell you been? He said, he worked at the bank. I said, you been at the bank till 4:30? No, he said, yeah, we had a night audit. I had to be there all night long. I said, that makes sense. I tried to go back to sleep. That voice wore me out. So I had to get up and ask some more questions. See, when something don't sit right with you, you're supposed to keep asking questions. And I'm so good, I would get to question number 387. 2 months later, jump back to question number 8 to see if I get the same answer I got back then. And I tell people, ain't no sense of you sitting there lying. Tell the truth. If you tell one lie, you got to tell 20 more to cover the one you told. That's why I tell folks, don't sit there and tell a lie. That just make you, when you lie to people, that make them doubt everything you ever say from that point on, or everything you ever said. You may as well just tell the truth, you know? And I look, if you asking a man a bunch of questions and he jumps stupid, what the hell you all up in my face for? You ain't got to be asking me all these questions. That's a dead giveaway, something going on. Men always get themselves away. Man coming out ain't got no socks on, something going on. I've been out working all day, coming smelling like Irish spring, something is going on. I'm gonna make somebody mad when I say this. You got to tell a man, he won't know where you're going, what time you're gonna get back, who you gonna be there with, when you call me, when you get there. Okay, don't call me from the cell phone, call me from there so I can see the call ID. So you said you were gonna be, you said you had. How you going? You going up 285? You going 85? You going people? You gonna turn to the left? You gonna make a right? You gonna be in Piedmont? What time? Okay, it's 4:02 now. You think you're gonna be on Piedmont by 4:06? Make sure you're off Piedmont by 4:07. It ain't cause he love you that much. It's cause he don't want to run into you while he out doing what the hell he got to do. And if you ever want to know if a man is cheating, ask him to give you one thing. If he give it to you, he ain't cheating. Ask him for. Whew. I was getting ready to tell you, but I can't. I wanted to, but who I am is conflicting with this dress I got on. No. Medea's strong, but she can't fight that player. I'm sorry. No, hell no. No, Tyler spoke up just then. Come on, bro. Come on. Too far. You're going too far. See, cause I'm telling the man, when we be cheating, Stay in character. When a man be cheating, you can catch them because they get themselves away. Men just, I don't understand. Men just always get themselves away just by doing dumb stuff. But a woman, them things is slick. Personally, I think women cheat more than men. Oh, they done got quiet now. And the reason they get away with it is because, you know, they never think, the men never think that they want to cheat on them. But, that's a fool. Take that. Never underestimate your opponent. Them things is slick. I know a woman that was married for 38 years. She was so good she had an affair for 42 and he didn't know it. He died thinking he was the only one. She said, well, he died now. Hell, ain't no sense in me telling him the truth. But I found out the way to tell if a woman cheated. If you want to know if a woman is cheating, it's really simple. If you're the kind of man that don't do what you're supposed to do, you're always doing something wrong, and she walking around smiling, singing, it ain't because she happy with Jesus alone. Jesus had some help putting that smile on her face. You hear me, Sonny? Pay attention to the voices. They'll lead you in the right direction.
I hear you, my dear. What am I supposed to do now?
Get up and go on with your life. It's all right to sit around, be depressed for a minute, cry about it, do whatever you have to, but don't stay there too long. Get up and go on with your life. So you know what this is what I learned in all these years on this earth. If somebody want to walk out of your life, let them go. Especially if you know you done everything you can do, you done sat around and been the best man or the best woman you could be, and they still want to go, let them go. Whatever they're running after, they'll see what they had in a minute, but by then it's going to be too late. Because you'll sit there and you'll go, because half these people you be sitting around crying about it, worry about 2-3 years from now, you ain't going to even remember their last name. How many times you done seen folks somewhere, you be like, what the hell was I thinking? I done been there, I be like, what was wrong with me? What was I going through? I must have been lonely as hell to hook up with you. Let folks go, son. Some people come in your life for a lifetime, some come for a season. You got to know which is which. And you're going to always mess up when you mix them seasonal people up with lifetime expectations. You can't, they got people that got married with people they was only supposed to be with for a season. And they got married to people they only supposed to be with for a season and wonder why they're having so much hell in their life. That was a person that was supposed to come and teach you one thing. You didn't know it, so you just fell in love. And now you wonder why you ain't got no peace, nowhere you go. No. Listen, I put everybody that come in my life in the category of a tree. Some people are like leaves on a tree. The wind blow, they over here. They unstable. The blow the other way, they over here. Ain't nothing. Season change, they wither and die. They gone. That's all right. That's some people. Most people in the world are like that. They just there to take from the tree. They ain't there to do nothing but take and give shade every now and then. That's all they can do. But don't get mad at people like that. That's who they are. They ain't gonna never be nothing. That's what they put on this earth to be, but be what they are, a leaf. Some people are like a branch on that tree. You gotta be careful with them branches too, because they'll fool you. They'll get there and make you think they're a good friend and they're real strong, but the minute you step out there on them, they'll break and leave you high and dry. But if you find you 2 or 3 people in your life that's like the roots at the bottom of that tree, you are blessed, because that's them the kind of people that ain't going nowhere. They ain't worried about being seen. Don't nobody have to know that they know you. They ain't got to know what they're doing for you. But if them roots wasn't there, that tree couldn't live. You understand? And they ain't got a tree can have 100 million branches, but only a few roots down at the bottom to make sure it get everything it needs. I'm telling you something. When you get you some roots, hold on to them. But the rest of it, let it go. Just let it go. Let folks go.
It's not always that easy.
Ain't nobody said it was going to be easy, but it'll get easy when you learn how to love yourself. When you get to a point in your life where you look at people and you go, okay, wait a minute, you or me, you will make a decision. Because when you're telling folks to do something, and I never throw nobody away, I've never in my life just thrown away to say, look, don't bother me no more, don't talk to me, I've never done that. What I do is I tell you, say, look, this thing you're doing right here, that's going to cause a problem. You need to fix that, because if we're going to be friends, we're going to be cool, you got to fix that. And if you don't, we're going to have an issue. If you see somebody fix it or they even trying to fix it, that's somebody that care. Keep them people around. That's a leaf that's trying to grow up and be something else. You understand? But if you tell somebody that what you're doing is hurting me and I need you to stop it, and they keep doing it, they don't care. Move on. Let them go. No matter how much it hurts, let them go.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back to Jay Talks, today's relationship show. All right, we just had to play a little bit of that clip about what we talking about today. We just be talking about what we be talking about. All right. And today, we got the crew. Out of the top corner, we got Lady K. Say hello, Lady K, by satellite. All right. And then we got, y'all know me, I'm Jay.
Sister Soldier, hello.
Hey, Odell, what's happening?
You should have heard you.
Hey, Odell, what's happening? Sorry about that. My bad.
You got get.
Appreciate that.
You trying to bring back the soft beer, like, man, yeah. All right, we're talking about today. We got a lot of good things going on today. The bad boy reality. And y'all heard that little clip of Madea and what she had to say, all the stuff. I mean, she had a lot to say too.
Yeah, she was mostly talking about your personal self.
Oh, personal self?
Yeah, your personal self.
Oh.
What you go through, who are your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Pick your friends wisely, pick your mate wisely. You know the signs, because that be God talking to you.
There's a lot of signs.
Uh-huh.
And also what we're going to be doing today, I want to remind y'all, we got that $50 gift certificate.
I wonder who gonna win today.
Last time we gave it away, Latrice Jenkins.
Yeah.
Boy, she sure wanted that gift certificate.
See, can we give it away to a man today so he can take me out to dinner?
Hey, they be that right number.
That'd be more.
They be that right number.
It'd be more than a Happy Meal and a smile.
Mm-hmm. They got to be the right number. Call in. Have to be the right number. Yep. Yeah, it's not rigged, y'all. Whoever get called in on that right number, you will be blessed. Real blessed. Real blessed or blessed.
Yeah. And if it's a guy, we both be blessed. Single guy.
You got plans.
Single guy.
Single guy, you got plans.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going on vacation next week. I'm gonna enjoy it.
All right. That sounds like that song. God got to bless him with your name on it.
Uh-huh.
Your name on that.
Yes, I'm a claiming. I'm a claiming. I'm claiming it.
All right, y'all. The way you win, as I said, there's a special number, and of what number caller that calls in, we can't tell you. So don't even call. Try to say, "Am I it?" We might say, "I don't know."
Yeah, we know the number is, but we know what the number is.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, that caller.
We know. So, but we do want to hear your comments. We want to hear what you have to say about our conversation today. The bad boy reality. Bad boy.
Is it a relationship or falling in love with a bad boy or choosing a bad boy? Bad boy reality. How could we state that?
But the bad boy reality. I mean, here's what I tend to hear so much.
People want a bad boy.
And I know we're talking bad boy, but then there's still some bad girls, but we're really talking more on the bad boy reality today.
Okay. Bad boy, define bad boy. Thuggish. Is it a thug?
What I tend to hear a lot is women say, I like that. I like that bad boy. I like to have a bad boy. And I used to question, like, okay, what's it to the bad boy? Why it got to be a bad boy?
What is a bad boy?
What, I mean, really? What you got to say?
A bad boy. First of all, you got to define what a bad boy. I mean, a bad boy doesn't necessarily mean somebody that's jailbound. A bad boy can just be, somebody that's a little edge to him, that little street, that little touch of thug. I mean, you don't want some man where, if you out with your dude and somebody's coming at you, he gonna run and hide behind you. You don't want that. You don't want
doesn't make him a bad boy, does it?
Yeah, that make him kind of brave.
Because
you know,
I'll do that for you, but I'm not a bad boy.
What, you do that?
Yeah,
You trying to like take the bullet?
I'll stand up for women now.
I think bad boy is a potential jailmate.
There won't be no Chris Tucker and the scream and yell and
Yeah, no, man. You know,
Doing Michael Jackson.
I'm not gonna let a dude disrespect my woman.
No, I understand that too.
Yeah.
But bad boy, I don't know. I never thought. I never felt like I don't know. I ain't never liked a bad boy person or a person who act kind of thick. It could be thuggish. Bad boy could be thuggish.
Now, could it be like, say, you're at the park, and he wants to get down with you at the park? That kind of bad boy?
No.
Okay. Okay.
that's wild and freaky,
Yeah,
man.
That's why
That's
That's something
I just want to make sure.
I don't know, because we might be saying bad boy, bad boy.
I know.
I guess you talking about a Martin Lawrence and Will Smith kind of bad boy. I don't know. Bad boy. It depends on the find the definition.
Like a bad boy, you know, he got some street cred, you know. He's that out there.
Oh, you got some juice on the street.
He's well out there, but
Yeah.
you know,
Soft what boy?
He's been known to take somebody down and
Quiet,
stuff like
quiet,
that.
quiet boy. Okay.
Is that what you mean? Like, you know, he done showed himself kind of tough. Maybe, you know, the word done got around, he got into a fight and then took somebody down. Is that what you kind of... Okay. Oh.
You had to really whip that person behind so that your reputation see that you and nobody else mess with you. A bad boy kind of like.
Oh, you can do that in the jailhouse same way.
Oh, you.
Like you in jail. You gotta whoop somebody so can't nobody else mess with you. But that's good. But I kind of think that I know what she's talking about. It's still a form of thugging. Had that roughness to her, that edge. Yeah. You look like y'all walking down the street, and then y'all pass this one dude, and the dude look at him, and he said, "What you looking at? What? That guy? Yeah. I got
You
him.
talking about
That guy? Yeah. Don't be looking at her, woman. Man, you better go on somewhere." Or the guy that say, "Oh, you stepped on my Nikes, man. You stepped on my foot. What's wrong with you?" What?
Like that, huh?
Yeah, that's.
So what if he could do that with looks? With looking at somebody?
No, you can't do it nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, dude, do it to. Well, no, because you think about it, because that's how the.
It can still go. It still happens.
Yeah, there's some people that can give you a look.
Yeah, they probably could.
They can give you a look. They can
But
give.
certain looks-
I know my
people don't
daddy.
do that
My
about it.
daddy could have been a bad boy with his look, boy. 'Cause-
Right here.
And he's a pastor, and I tell you, there was some time when I was a kid, he looked like just the look, and it was like a pair of scissors, like he was just gonna cut my head off.
Yeah. But you was a child, so you know the parent have to give you that look to make you behave.
Oh,
you
But
know.
you tell I got some juice on the street still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. You like that type, Lady K? I don't know, cause in my younger days I was rough enough for both of us, so I don't know. I was a bad girl. What? What you looking at?
Look at it.
So I don't know. So, I don't know. I guess it's the attitude.
So,
Okay.
so would you want a bad boy now, at the age that you are now, or younger?
Well, see,
Is it-
When I was younger, I didn't want no bad boy. The
Okay.
age I am now, no, I still don't want no bad boy.
What about you, Lady K?
So,
Nothing wrong with a bad boy. I'm sorry.
ain't nothing wrong with a bad boy.
That's that Maryland coming out.
So what? So I mean, so
If I'm out with him,
Yeah, that's a good
I ain't
point.
got to worry about nothing or nobody.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
Oh, I understand.
It's sure.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about when you mean bad boy that way. But if I'm out with a guy and stuff, I don't worry about it anyway. If I'm out with a guy, because I can take him or me. But anyway, I can
You got double
what you
protection.
looking at? Don't come up in my space.
What she said.
Yeah. So it
But
doesn't
you
matter.
know, it's like, I understand, like, some people say they want a bad boy, and that's cool, but they got to define how bad of a boy they want. You know?
Good question.
Because some bad boys are like,
Bad boy.
Oh, they don't. They want the one with the tattoo and the bone in their nose. Is that the one they want? Or the teeth, every other teeth.
Well,
Or every other teeth missing. Yeah, but he can be fat and have every other teeth missing.
a super gold mouth.
Yeah, he got gold in his mouth, gold grill.
Good gracious.
Like they actually crave when they really don't. Or you could go
Yeah.
for
But you don't want a perpetrator though, right? You don't want a perpetrator, right?
They don't want no perpetrator
Okay.
because if something go down, he gonna jump
Then that mean you gotta lose him, cause that tell you from the wimps to the pimps. That'll tell you.
Now, do the bad boy gotta have 6 packs and?
Uh-oh.
No, he can have a jelly roll.
He can have a jelly roll, jelly roll.
He can have a jelly roll and know how to fight.
They not all that hard. If you really get to talking to them, they all into I'm going to the gym. I'm trying to look at this fucking shirt.
Yeah, cause them what? Yeah, cause the weight stuff. Cause they weights they whoop their butt, so they done turn to a wimp. But yeah, get you a jelly belt.
Yeah.
You treating it real.
I like my appearance.
You a bad boy, Jay?
I like my appearance.
you a bad boy, Jay?
I
He said he like his appearance. Are you a bad boy, Jay?
I like that rep. I like that reputation. Man.
So you mean to tell me, Jay, if you going out with a woman and a man step to her and try to take your woman for you, you just walk off and man, here you have her.
What? The man try to take my woman from me?
Yeah, y'all walking down the park and he said he like, yeah, I want to take your woman. You just go ahead and let him take it and walk off.
Like just grab her, or she come talk to her.
Either way, take her from you,
He
period.
ain't talking to
you
her.
know
Whether
what?
he grabbing her or talking to
Nah,
her.
you know I'm a
Hey
theologist.
baby, I like your shoes. Hey baby, you look good. Hey baby, like that rump. And you standing up there looking like this.
I'm a theologist. Maybe I'm too deep, but I'm like this. I give my I would give my woman, my lady, to the opportunity to represent herself.
That's
All right?
me. I do that.
And
So you had to have her. She represents herself.
I'm not an
You had to
insecure
have her.
person. I'm not
But if
insecure.
she
I'm not gonna be
represent
ready.
herself, you had to have her.
No, I ain't
She
be
went
high.
for what she
I ain't gonna be
got.
like, oh, okay, baby, you can talk to me.
You gonna be like,
I'm not gonna be like
you gotta
that.
wait
I'm not
till
gonna
she say
be like
something.
that.
Hold on. You gotta wait till she say something first for you to say
No,
something.
no.
So you let her be herself.
Look.
No. I know what he's talking about. That happened to me in the studio.
I'm letting her because see, I learned something a long time ago, and I shared that, confessed that on one of the shows or sometime early, a long time ago, back in like
that one.
the one that
But he was a kid then.
and hold on, we got a caller. Hold on. All right, caller. All right. You can't hear the people on the telephone. All right. So All right, caller. All right, you still there?
He kind of went back to that. He said you can hear
All
me,
right.
but he can't hear me.
Lady K?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
All right. All
I guess
right.
he can't hear you because he said he couldn't
That's
hear
what
people on
that's what was
telephone.
told us. That's what was told to us. All right.
Oh, they can't hear me. All that good stuff I'm saying, they can't hear me.
Oh, I think they heard you. I think they heard you. Quite. Yeah, I think you had a lot to say.
But back to you.
Oh, back to
Okay.
Yeah, you was telling me
Now,
about
hold on.
school.
Hold on. Let me get this in real quick. Okay, now look here. If you was a true bad boy, this dude would never have even attempted to step to your woman because he would have seen her with you.
All right. But he's talking about the high school
no.
with
This is what I'm
boy,
saying.
he be like, we ain't talking
This
about
is
that.
what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm the kind of person who would give my lady the opportunity to represent herself. In other words, I'm with her. A man steps up to her. Now, surely the guy most likely can see I'm with her, right? Surely.
Right.
All right, surely.
Surely.
Unless I'm a few feet away and she's like looking like she's standing by herself.
Right.
Now, the guy steps up and maybe say, "Hey, you kind of cute or something." I'm just throwing something out there. You mind if I have know your name? Now, this is an opportunity where she gets full opportunity to say, "Well, I'm married," or "That's my man over there." Now, once she said that, if this guy is still persistent, then I'm gonna flex up.
But why should she say that? He don't know if, right, she don't, why should she say that? She don't know he don't know if you her husband, her boyfriend, her brother, her cousin, anybody.
True story.
But
right
he
here.
stepped up to her in front of you.
Right.
And you gonna wait, she said something to say she married and it's her better half before you even do something?
Can I answer
Remember,
that?
What you say, Lady K? Did you say we?
We know just not a bad boy.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
you don't know my past.
So let me answer that with this story. This is a true story. My wife and I, we were in the studio, and this guy was making a pass. So he called her a sandwich head. Okay, that was his way of making a pass at her. And then the lady that was in the studio, she looked at me and said, "Ain't you gonna stand up for your wife?" But by that time, my wife had already confronted the dude, messed him up, left his face on the floor and everything. So I didn't really have to do anything. He stopped what he was doing then.
So your wife was a bad boy.
Yeah, well, I mean, she stood up for
See,
herself.
that's what I'm talking about. That'd be me.
He made the pass. He made the pass.
And she corrected him.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Kay has a question.
Okay.
Kay got a question. Look what she can do.
Have you had, honest to goodness, seriously, a dude, and he see you a female with another man, right?
Yeah.
And he just approach her? He's already disrespected that man.
That's personal. Yeah.
So, honest to goodness, I would respect the man more if as soon as dude took the initiative to stupidly come at me, if the man would step up and go, hold on, not this one.
I can see that.
Yeah, because I said, what? Hold up.
He's a situation.
Right.
But hey,
He feels as though you're no threat because he's bold enough to come over there and still, say something to your lady.
Hey, wait a minute.
once he was confronted by her, the way she confronted him, then he'll see. He didn't try to come back.
He'll still feel like I'm not like I'm a threat.
You ain't a threat.
No, he was still. Because once she had made her statement, the guy is still there, and I step up, and I step right there. I said, "Hey, baby, I got this. Look, dude, didn't you hear what she said?"
See?
Did you hear what she said?
That sound like, right, that sound like tag team, baby. You go first, then my turn. No. That's still.
No. I see. Me, I just learned something. I mean, something. It's just me. That's just my perspective.
Okay.
Something I learned. It has to do with insecurities and jealousies. All right.
But it also have to do respect too.
But see,
Well, I give that respect.
I was
I
sincere.
It's respect for the person. Had to do with the person stepped up to the one that didn't respect you enough to not to step up or come to you and say, man, that's your woman or that's your wife or that's your girlfriend.
You know,
That
most
was
of the time, the guy's gonna say something before you know it.
Well, no, in that case, in my case, it was, because he was very slick with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he acting like he was. I get it. I get it. Seriously, I get it. But see, he's trying to be real slick. He was a real good friend of mine and stuff like that. But you know, I don't
He's a real good friend.
trust.
He's a good friend.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. But he was real slick with it, and she caught on to it just like that. Sharp woman, and she fronted him right there before I could open my mouth. Sharp woman, you know, and so he didn't try that anymore. To this very day.
He never tried it if he
I agree, but people do things like that.
Oh, we got to hold up on the floor. We got to hold up.
Hold up. Honestly, I love Al down to death. Y'all know I do. But I can see how something could you know
Well, that's probably what she was thinking.
That's wrong.
But she knows she knows that
That's wrong.
Well,
That's
she
wrong.
always said I'm jealous.
You sure had to
But
put that in
but
there.
I mean, I guess she didn't want to see that scene, you know, with me.
Okay, well, you know what, y'all? I love both of y'all to death, but I cannot walk the streets of D.C. with y'all. I'm sorry.
Nigga, you can walk with me. Trust
I
me.
had to walk in the front. They had to walk
I'm
10
a
paces
whole-
back because
I'm a whole different person. I'm a whole different
I'll be the one to be the thug.
I'm a whole different person
I
that's
wanted
on
to
the
be
street.
thugged.
When we're on the
They had to
street.
walk behind.
I'm
Now
from the
look,
street
if
now.
we on the street, come on now, we on the
I'm a whole
street,
different, but you
we
gotta have
probably
a whole
walking
different
hand
persona
in
when you're on the
hand,
street.
arm in arm, or something like that. I mean, now, you know,
What if it was your first date?
But see,
Y'all ain't walking hand to hand and arm to arm.
Okay.
But y'all walking side by side.
okay, well, this was a situation. I'm gonna get back to that. This was a situation where I was here, she was like over there, and he was like right, like 20, like I'm here, he was, and she was there. And so I guess he felt like he could feel comfortable enough to do that because I was that far away from him.
That was dumb on his part because he knew y'all was a couple.
Yeah, he was a couple.
So that was disrespect for him to even come like her,
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
in front of you, and he's supposed to be your friend.
And in front of some other people.
If your dad was a bad boy, he would have been intimidated. He never would have
You
pushed that
would
woman.
intimidate him if you was a bad boy.
But that's the thing. But see, that's the
me-
thing. The friendship. See, I guess he didn't
Yeah,
feel
but that wouldn't have
intimidated.
been no friendship because he been picking his teeth out the ground at me.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
I didn't have to get violent with him or anything like that because she handled it, and I love her to this day for doing that. That shows that
Is he still your friend?
See?
What
really.
what did Medea say? It's
Not really.
hard, but let him go.
No, hey,
Let
I'm
him
just
go.
saying, he's not a friend like that. No, I mean he's an acquaintance, but not a friend. I don't trust him as a friend. Never trusted him anyway. But I don't believe he will make a good friend for doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
What? How do you call somebody friend that you never trusted?
Hey.
But see, I'm just saying. See, he's never done anything like that before. You know, that was the first time I ever seen him do anything like that. You know, and so
It was signs. It was signs.
yeah. See, so I picked up on
He
it.
learned
You know,
it. He
I
learned
picked
the
up on
signs.
it,
He
but
learned it.
yeah,
You
I
said
picked-
the same
I
thing.
picked up on it, but she
Yeah, he
handled
learned
it. She handled it before. I mean, she just snapped that dude, man, before I could say anything.
You know
Well,
why,
you know-
don't she?
what was it?
You know why, don't she?
You know,
Well, she
most of
probably
the
did
time,
something that I didn't.
Yeah, she knew you weren't gonna do it. She had to do it first.
No,
but you know, most of the time,
She even said I'm very jealous.
let's reenact.
Oh,
Let's do let's set up a makeshift.
No,
He said, no. just messing with
I'm
him.
good. This makes good conversation.
All right, let's do a makeshift drama scene, okay?
A lot of people want a bad boy. A lot of females want a bad boy.
Okay.
You know, because of whatever reason, but
You want somebody to stand up for you.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you want him to go. You want him to stand up for you, so you don't have to do anything at all. I understand that.
But
Let me tell you something. The less you have to do, the better.
See, I understand that. I understand that.
all right.
All right, I welcome the fight. Go ahead. Hey, I welcome the fight. I'm telling you,
You gonna be on the sideline selling tickets?
I'm sorry. I guess I'm the bad girl. Hold on.
Okay, she said
I
she's
guess-
gonna be on the sideline
Mom,
selling tickets.
I'm gonna be selling tickets when I'm be in there in the round, bro.
Oh, you gonna be in the round?
Yeah. I guess I'm the bad girl. I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm a bad girl. I was raised in Chicago in the projects, the worst projects in Chicago.
Y'all had dog fights every Thursday.
Shoot, you can call it that if you want to. But I was a thug. No, let me quit.
Mm.
But I got you later,
But we
Kate.
gotta say, I'm a thug.
That was just a way to survive in the, like you said, the concrete jungle.
Right.
That was a way of survival.
Well, I know some people like the not getting away from that, but some people, some women that I have in over time in years, I've heard them say in years. I didn't say. I
You
just
said
said
that,
in
okay.
years.
This ain't got nothing to do with grade school.
In years. What grade?
I said grade school.
Oh,
Hey.
grade school.
Come on,
I
let's-
didn't say nothing about grade school.
Oh,
We gonna get your ears shit.
I didn't say grade school. I said grade school.
Oh, okay.
Elementary.
But yeah, in some years, that they have said, I like Bad Boy because they seem to be the kind of person that would be good in bed.
See, yeah,
You know.
Dissolution.
I was just
So-
going to say,
so-
that's a misconception right
so
there.
bad boy doesn't mean that.
This show is
No.
Because they seem so tough. I've heard that on several occasions.
You know what? We
They
want
want a
to
bad boy. They want a bad boy.
Yeah,
So in other words, you saying there's a whole lot of mythology, just like the big hands and big feet.
now the biggest, some of them hands is right. I don't care what you say about them hands. If the feet ain't right, them hands is right.
All right.
But I ain't gonna say feet might not be right. 'Cause I know people with little feet. Some men with little feet. Little things come in big packages, something else. But them hands is the one to tell you.
But seriously, the bad boy
Alright.
concept that I've always heard from girls is that it has something to do with sex. It's like I want a guy that when he's at my house, my mom and dad is at home, we can sneak back in the room and do a little quickie and come out like.
I guess.
See what I'm saying?
Well, how many times did you do that as a teenager coming up and had a girlfriend or had a boyfriend or whatever
You
stuck in
snuck
your
in
mom's house and
You
did?
want me to answer that?
Just say yes or no. Okay, so they ain't got nothing to do with bad boy. They ain't got nothing to do with
I have to admit, I'm not a bad boy as far as that's concerned. Because I always have the women tell me, I'm trying to respect you. I'm not trying to have sex with you. And they tell me, don't respect me.
They ain't a bad boy when they do that.
no bad boy.
That's not every, but some teenagers that snuck in and did
That's just
that.
a bad act. That's not a bad boy.
I ain't gonna say it's a bad act. It's a good act. It's just
I mean,
that,
it was a good feeling. I'm sure.
it's just that some people did that. Some people growing up either in the car, in the house, in the basement, or whatever coming up.
Look, the parents would consider that bad. That's a bad boy right there doing that.
Yeah, the parents would.
No, the parents would, but not the girl.
But that's a different nation.
Well, the girls that I've talked to, they consider that
That's
a bad
a different
boy.
definition of a bad boy when a parent
Yeah.
a bad boy. So
Yeah.
But even the girls that I've talked to, they consider that a bad boy. That's what kind of boy. Well, Michael Lane, I don't want you because you won't do. I already know you ain't do nothing. So you know.
but that don't
Type
mean
of
you a
thing.
bad boy. That mean you just ain't gonna do nothing. That mean that you
Well,
respect
but
her.
to them, bad boy.
Well, you
Well,
should.
you ain't gonna do nothing.
I guess it depends on where you're from and where you're coming from, you know, what's considered a bad boy. You know, if you're in the city, of course, it's a grittier environment. So to be classified as a bad boy, you got to do some really, really bad, crazy stuff. But then, like, in a little small town, a bad boy could be somebody that smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You know, he could be considered a bad boy.
drinking on the corner, shooting dice behind the building.
Yeah, that could be considered a bad boy.
Yeah.
Go flatten the sheriff's tire.
That's yeah, you did that.
That's not the bad boy y'all talking
What
about,
made
right?
it so bad? He said sheriff. See, where I come from, we had police. We didn't have no sheriff. We had Chicago police.
Y'all didn't have a.
Popos, 5-0, whatever you want to call it.
Y'all
We
didn't
had
have
that-
an Andy
we
Griffith?
had
They had
no
a sheriff.
sheriff.
You didn't have
No.
an Andy Griffith?
So who shot the sheriff?
By the way.
No.
Somebody else shot the
Cat, when
sheriff.
you tell me that, you don't have a sheriff unless it's the county sheriff.
That's the county.
That is
That's
the
the
sheriff.
county. But when you living in the city, you don't have a sheriff. You have
Nope.
5-0, Popo, Policia, whatever you want to call them. Police,
The man.
yeah, the man. See, I'll be
But the
back
thing
in
is that, you know, a bad boy,
That's two different
you know,
concepts.
even, but you could even have, like, be in a corporate setting and have a bad boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like a bad boy in that type of setting would be like a dude that's got like that 5 o'clock shadow, you know.
You said in
Yeah.
A
corporate?
non-conformist.
In
When we
corporate?
think about bad boy, we think about somebody that is a non-conformist.
Right.
Okay.
That
That narrows it down a little bit.
yeah. That's fight against
Just
rule.
rebellious. Somebody that's
rebellious
rebellious.
against rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a Jimmy Dean. No, not Jimmy Dean. What's the dude's name?
But you know what's funny though? I want to like a bad boy, I do, but he also got to be intelligent. You know, like y'all talk about those Medea clips. Medea did another clip on another play where she talked about how the drug dealer is really a businessman in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he's smart enough to cut it, weigh it, make a profit out of it. Why can't he do that out in the legitimate world?
Right.
So it's an equivalency there. You know what I'm saying? You can be a bad boy over here, take those skills, and be a bad boy in the corporate world.
Yeah, but apparently he wasn't an educated bad boy. In order for him to do it in the neighborhood, instead of taking them skills and his own business.
But you know, it's like, I love a bad boy, I do, but he's also got a flip side. I mean, you don't want that bad boy mentality all the time. You want a dude that you could go out on the street and be safe and, you know, have a good time with, but you also want somebody that you can sit down and talk to
Yeah.
on an intelligent level.
But he
Now-
gotta be intelligent. He can't be a dumb bad boy.
I got one for you.
He ain't doing bad boy.
Can't be a dumb bad boy.
I got one for you.
Most of bad boys are dumb. They just all muscle.
So how about someone who has called himself as a converted person, Christian in other words, church going person, and I mean a church guy be a bad boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does a church guy be a bad boy?
Hey,
Because he so bad, he go to church and pray to God that he gets straight.
He got some power.
He got some power. He said, Lord help me. I gotta be bad. I wanna be good now.
Huh?
What'd you say? Okay.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You can be a Christian and go to church and still be a bad girl.
Oh, how do you be a bad girl?
Explain it.
Still be a bad girl. Not bad in the sense of you out there robbing, stealing, cutting, murdering, all type of stuff. But you still got your street credit when you weren't doing nobody's gonna mess with you because you know, hey, you will still throw them blows.
You know,
So
does the rebellion come in? Where does the rebellion come in? Where does the
You always
rebellion
have
come in?
that rebellion. Be a bad person, a bad girl, a bad guy.
If they're
You always have that rebellion. You can be a Christian and still have that rebellion. You can have that rebellion against society itself, against different laws that man made that don't have to do with Christianity
So-
or church. Yes.
So is it like the person who actually had that rep on the street now done joined church and had that bad reputation? Now,
I'm gonna tell you.
now,
I'm gonna tell you straight up. Everybody knows that I'm a minister. Everybody knows that. But trust
Now they
and
do.
believe.
yeah, now they do.
Now they do. Now
She got in there. You feel me? Trust and believe. I go to church. I love the Lord. I sing. I praise God. Do everything I'm supposed to do with what Christian. But trust and believe. She's still in there.
Oh yeah, I think you
hear what Jeff say? Jeff say she still got that look. He said him bubbling in his mouth. He said him bubbling in his mouth and you didn't hear. He said she still like she a thug. Roughneck. He said you still look like that, like you a thug.
like that.
Roughneck, bad girl.
It's like that song, that religious song. All the thugs in the church praising the Lord. All the thugs in the church praising the Lord.
So you like the roughnecks? You like the roughnecks, huh?
Like shit.
With me.
Hold on.
Sister Soldier, work with me in the workplace, and she can tell you straight up, nobody wanted to mess with me.
Yeah, I can
She
see.
thought the love was like, you know, too late, but it wasn't like that. It
They
was
so you don't know. They so glad. You
But-
don't know. They
but
so
really-
glad you gone now.
But really, if they had pushed it, you was just a plug.
No.
You was just a hard-looking pillow.
But they so glad she go right now. Ooh. But anyway, that's a different.
She didn't put a ooh.
That's a different show. But it is The Color Purple with Suge Avery had went into the church
Yeah.
and she said, "See, Daddy, sinners
Singing
have
our
souls
songs
too."
Yeah.
But that was showing you, yeah, she was a sinner, she was a thug, she was whoring or whatever she was doing, but she still loved the church and she still loved the Lord. And her father was a preacher. But the bottom line, she said, even though I'm doing all this,
I still got a soul.
I still have a soul.
I got feelings and emotions.
And her feelings and emotions, and I still love, God. So you can be a licensed ordained minister. Well, I was gonna say preacher. I was gonna say preacher, but that's too country. That's too country. So it took me a while to come up with minister, because I was gonna say preacher.
Oh.
But you can be a licensed ordained minister,
Uh-huh.
still be a thug, and have the Lord in your side. How you know the Lord ain't behind you?
But you know what? I like this, and we think about a thug. Honestly, I have a totally different view of that. I look at it like it's somebody that commands and demands respect.
Okay.
And
That was
honestly,
look at.
that's
Okay.
not baggage to me. That's just what's real.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they will say that you're a bad girl or you're a bad guy simply because you real and you just too real for them.
That's
And you don't label a bad boy or a bad girl, but you're just being real. That's what's up.
Yeah, but some of them bad boys and some of them bad girls, they don't cut their tongue. In some situations where they should cut their tongue.
right. Yeah.
Cut their tongue. Because everybody cannot handle the truth. Everybody don't want to hear the truth. So if you being real and you straightforward and you ain't putting on no bounce and no power,
See, I have to do that.
Yeah.
I have to hold my tongue.
and you
alive.
cut and you ain't holding your tongue, that's really a bad person.
Well, I've had to hold my tongue many a day.
But when you had to hold
I
your tongue,
wanted it long, but I held it.
but you, some people, say things, won't hurt other people's feelings. Well, that person, he doesn't care. If he hurt your feelings or not, he gonna tell you what's up, what's happening, and what's going on now. So yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
There's no tact whatsoever. No
Mhm.
tact.
Yeah, what comes up comes out.
Whatever thought comes in there comes
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, because sometimes I have to cut
No
myself
editing.
out what I want to say.
Okay.
But like
Yes, she does.
because I didn't want to say preacher
Oh,
because they either like to be called ministers,
teacher,
teachers,
evangelist.
evangelists, pastors, reverends, but not preacher. So that's why I had to,
That's just,
cut my word.
well, that's just the earthly title that people put on you.
And some of them give it to
That's just the
themselves.
earthly title.
Yeah, but some of them give it to themselves too.
Mm.
You know,
All
if
right.
I was,
So we got some. We got some. Oh, let me ask John. I got a good question for you.
All right.
We talking about bad boys, right?
Right. Hold on. Station break.
we ain't never had a station break. Jack, what you standing for? Lady J, why you ain't asking your question? We ain't never had a station break. And he gonna station break and you been quiet. Come on, man. I don't know, and you got quiet.
Really?
931 266-0206. Somebody better call in and get this ticket, or else I'm gonna go to Longhorn myself.
You can send it to me.
Well, come with us.
All right.
Come on.
That's my question. We talking about bad boys, right?
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, some preachers
Okay.
have to label bad boys in the pulpit
Uh-huh.
because of what they say.
No.
What you think about it?
Wow, that's interesting.
Because of what they say? What, because they come hard? They come hard?
Say certain things.
You mean like, that's a bad boy. I mean like that?
No, yeah,
What kind of
no,
example?
She talking about because of the things they be teaching about when they preaching.
Give some
She said because
examples.
of some of the
Oh,
things
that
they
boy's
be teaching
bad.
about preaching.
Like that one?
Preaching.
Like that one?
No, say you a preacher. See, I'm gonna say preacher again.
It's what
Say
the-
you're a minister and
what
you
I'm saying.
ministering a lesson,
Uh-huh.
but you taking this ministry and you telling the truth
It's so hard.
and you telling it hard
Yeah.
Deep.
and it's deep
Way down
and you
hard.
get everybody
Hell brimstone hard,
and
right?
the congregation like, oh,
And
I
folks
know he didn't say that.
it's so hard, people be just trying to
Yeah.
stand because it's so hot up in there.
Yeah.
Is that what it
Well,
is?
some
Yeah.
preachers say damn in the pulpit.
Well,
You know,
damn
and
is
well,
it.
well, that's not usually
Yeah.
Well,
accepted.
I do know a preacher. We
Yeah.
call him the cussing preacher.
Yeah.
Up in, we do know. I'm not gonna call his name, but we
He
call
say
him the
shit.
cussing
What
preacher.
time
He
is
say a whole lot of
Natural function.
But you know, not
Dam is in the Bible. You can build a
not the way they
dam
use
so many
it.
times.
Not the way they use it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what you? What? So what? I mean, you kind of like you said a statement. What's your question though?
What's the question? I said, what do you think about that?
Oh, about the preachers that come so hard
When they
and
teach
and
it.
they teach it.
Bad boys in the pulpit. They
Well,
some bad
I
boys.
mean, my belief is that actually the word, it should come hard. There should be there's actually too much stroking going on in the church right now. I mean, not that you have to have a hard voice, but the deliverance, truth is really is either straight or it's not.
Yeah, it can be harsh.
And a lot of people can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
So sometimes so try to patch it up. I mean, it don't have to even be in the church. That's just in life. I mean, truth is just truth. It's either as things are said, it's either hot or cold. It's either a yes or a no. When people say maybe or I don't, say that word may inject maybe. Majority of the time, most of the time, people already really know the answer. That they want to give.
They don't see the signs.
They actually really know that's the answer they really want.
So why is it labeled non-conventional? Because whenever you hear the word non-conventional preacher, you figure that's a bad boy.
Because they ain't teaching the old ways like they did your
Not
grandmama
tradition.
and my grandmama and their mamas and stuff was coming up. Sometimes you have to change to get the word to the people. Sometimes you have to change it around. So what they call it, I understand my understanding is when they say unconventionalists because they not preaching old ways.
They're not teaching
hell
Jesus,
and
man.
brimstone
They
and
don't
fire
teach Jesus anymore.
and all that. Yeah, they still teach Jesus.
Yeah, they
No,
teach Jesus, but
I mean,
I think
they don't
teach
say-
it.
they don't
They
say,
just don't teach
yeah.
direction. It's not enough direction put there. I mean, how many times does a person have to hear the story of Goliath, or how many times does Samson and Goliath, or how many
I
times
see
does
what you're saying
hear
now.
the story of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, and I mean, it becomes more like a bedtime story, and but what is the direction? What is the meat out of it? What is it really saying? I'm hey, I know somebody might get mad. I'm not like my dear. Somebody out there gonna get mad right about now.
But I got to say, but they don't.
But yeah, really, they don't. And this is, I guess, putting me as a bad boy, I guess, because it's only one way to say it. Saying those things, and I've been to different, many different churches. I've heard some ministers who have spoken, and all I got out of it, majority, they're sitting there just telling the story, and Samson fell in love with Goliath. I mean, what's the name? I say Delilah. Delilah. I had Goliath on my mind, but for some reason. And then he decided to get, to allow himself to get weak. But it was nothing said that was really going to help somebody, and then, he prayed to the Lord, then he got his strength, and then he, but there was nothing really said. There was nothing really said to really give somebody direction.
Right. So that's kind of what I mean when I say when
And
I
the
say
folk falling all over the church.
But that's kind of what I mean when I say they don't teach Jesus. They say Jesus' name, but they don't teach. There's a difference.
Tell me
There's a difference.
what's teaching Jesus? Tell me.
The fruits of the Spirit, for example.
Okay, what
I'll tell you what.
did Jesus preach the word of God?
Yeah.
So how could you be teaching Jesus when Jesus was teaching the word of God? I'm just asking. I mean,
There is a difference. There is a difference. You can get up and say Jesus' name all day long, but
if Jesus
just like I heard sermons where they say Jesus' name, but I'm like, Jay, I didn't get anything out of it. I go to the scriptures myself. Okay, he mentioned this, but he didn't go on down here and really teach what Jesus taught.
Yeah,
the Beatitudes, all of that. You don't hear anything about that
But you need
anymore.
to change that around, because it's not teaching Jesus. It's saying what God had gave Jesus to teach the word, okay? And what God had told Jesus, how he want him to teach the word. But they're not teaching Jesus, because Jesus was only teaching the word of his Father. So he didn't put his own personal self in there. So how could you teach Jesus?
I'll say that. Well,
saying.
they're really not teaching. If you're going to say that, then they're really not teaching the word of God, because Jesus taught the Beatitudes. He taught you to blessed these type people, blessed this, blessed that. They don't teach that anymore. When I was coming up, that's I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's what we said. They don't teach that, but don't say Jesus. Jesus.
No, I have to say that.
No,
because they're in the pulpit saying Jesus' name, but they're not following what he taught.
No.
And what he taught was what God instructed him to teach. Like
right.
you said.
And they said
but
Jesus
they're not
said
doing
this.
that. They're putting too much of their own opinions and too much of their own research. You know, like studying books about the Bible instead of using the Bible itself. It's more like they use the opinions of other men than they do what Jesus actually taught. What he actually teaches.
I understand that part, and some of them do teach that way, and But it's still not.
But you're not. But you're not. But you know, it's not. People are not getting Jesus. You know, they're not really learning about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They're really not.
No, they're not, because they're supposed to know the word, and the word is God through Jesus. So no, I mean,
we're basically saying the same thing.
Yeah, but the history, yeah, we
Because
said
God,
different.
Jesus,
But you said Jesus. They're not teaching about Jesus. They aren't supposed to teach about Jesus. They're supposed to talk about God.
They're supposed to teach Jesus now. Because his blood covers it. You know,
Yeah, please.
we're baptized in his blood. So it's his blood that
We're
saves
talking
us.
about the bad boy mess, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, bad boys all throughout history. And bad boys tend to draw women. If you think about it, from the Bible to the history to, the better the dudes, the more women they had.
Simon had a lot of them. He wasn't a bad boy. Solomon. He did. Simon had a lot of them. He wasn't a bad boy.
You know, my favorite bad boy in history was
he wasn't a bad boy.
Because he was men and women, getting tired of them, behind them, and married another woman. So,
just straight up here.
women were coming in.
Hey, Lady K.
That's where the King James version of the Bible comes from.
Would you want a person like Peter? Peter cut a man's ear off trying to defend the Lord. That's a bad boy right there.
He was a bad boy too, but you know, David was a bad boy too.
That's what David was too. I gave him a lot of them. But they was righteous. They was righteous bad boys. They was righteous bad boys.
You know what I'm saying? But then, even in the modern culture, we had some bad boys. Okay, I'm not even gonna think about. Okay, I got him right here. Bill Clinton, he was a bad boy.
Before Obama,
he was a bad boy. Before
he's
he was in the office.
Before Obama, he was the closest we would get to a black man that was in the White House before Obama. He had more black than him.
We knew that he was a bad boy before he even got in the office, and we still put him in office. You know what I'm saying? Bad boys tend to draw women to them. I don't know if it's because of the reputation or because of the fame or just because of, even speaking of fame, look at all of these famous guys that are bad boys in the media. And they got women running after them, 50 Cent, these rappers. Oh, boy.
Oh, the serial killers do too. Serial killers do too.
That's what I thought y'all was talking about when y'all said bad boys. People like 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg and all them. That's what I thought y'all was talking about.
That's all.
But they ain't really bad boys. They just gave the reputation of bad boy. They just build up.
I don't know. Snoop Dogg
into their career. They channeled that reputation they had before they became these superstar rappers into their career. Because if you look at it, they mostly come from gang-related background.
Yeah.
That already have a rap. You know, they just carry on. Multi-millionaire, but he's a bad boy.
So would you want to Would you want a Snoop Dogg?
No, 50 Cent can't. 50 Cent. No, don't get me wrong. 50
I'm not
Cent is the sweetest, nicest person you could ever meet. But he's not thug enough to me because he talk like what's that boxer, Mike Tyson? I said, I want to get him. He's not the smartest person. I'm sorry, forgive me. He's not the smartest person in the world.
So out of these celebrities, which would be a bad boy that you guys would go for?
Celebrity bad boy? Oh my goodness, so many to choose from.
One would represent the type of bad boy.
I like Michael. I like Michael Dorn. A lot of people don't know who Michael Dorn is.
Okay, Michael Dorn.
Michael Dorn is the guy who is Star Trek that plays the Black Klingon.
Yeah, okay, I know him.
Okay, fine. Ooh, he was fat in it. He got older now, so he was great now. But he was built.
He's a bad boy.
He was a bad boy because that Klingon didn't take no crap.
He still got 6 pack.
No, he done got older now. He
He
done
got
lost. But his
more like
name
an
was Michael
eight-pack now?
Dorn. Yeah, he was my favorite.
Oh.
No,
So
he
he-
got more like
More like
he
eight-pack
got more
now.
like a 12
12
wide
pack.
load. No, but he he done
8-pack with
I hate to
storage.
get to you. Yeah, he done got older.
So
Okay.
he had that bad boy mentality then, that street.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
real
yeah,
life. In real life. Okay.
All right.
So
He
Lady
was
K,
built,
Lady
too.
K, you agree with that? That's one of one.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
You like him too? Okay.
All right.
No, I didn't say I liked him. I said I agree with it. To me, he kind of soft.
Oh.
Kind of soft.
But I like Elijah Blue too when he played in the what's them things with them little people when we see Lords of the Ring.
Yeah.
Them ears, he had them ears. They was sexy. Them pointed ears. Yeah, with them ears.
Kay, she on the wrong show. She went with
It was Lord of the
She
Rings.
done on the wrong show.
He was an elf.
She done went back. She done went back to the Matrix band.
He was an elf. He was an elf on Lord of the Rings. He was a fine elf. He was the tallest elf on Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Lord.
But you know what's bad? Like, when we think about a bad boy, when we think about a dude of color,
Oh.
we don't think about Caucasian dudes as being bad boys, honestly.
Elijah Blue was white.
Not
Yeah,
these
I think-
days.
yes, he is.
No, I think of the
These
white
days, I mean,
I
the
think
modern
of the
day, I think, yeah, you
Marky
got
Mark.
you got them in
Marky
all,
Mark.
every race
Van
now
Diesel.
that's
Van
kind of standing.
Diesel.
That's,
But like, from a
Jason
cultural
Statham.
perspective,
It's whatever his name is, Statham, Stagger, Jason Statham.
Drake.
Who is Drake?
Okay.
He said Drake. I'm like, who's Drake? He said, you don't know
That's the
Drake.
reaction I was looking for.
Oh.
She's like, what?
Who is Drake?
Lil Wayne?
that's a drink.
Oh, he talking about musicians. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know, you think about like even, okay, John, all right. Since you said goes across colors, name me 3 Caucasian bad boys. Other than Sean Connery,
Okay.
other than Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Okay.
other than
he's
Sylvester
not
Stallone.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's not Caucasian. He just has a skin complex that resembles the Caucasian.
Who?
What about
Arnold
that Marky
Schwarzenegger.
Mark dude from?
He's Australian, wasn't he?
Where
Yeah,
was
he's
he from?
Australian.
Little Boys? No. New Kids on the
But
Block.
still, Jay, wait, hold up. Go ahead. Jay, go ahead, name the 3.
I mean, y'all
My
did
bad.
name
No,
Van Diesel.
no, she said don't do that. I'm whispering to you who the name. You done. I ain't whispering to you no more. And you on your own now. Go tell her. Nope. She said name me 3, and I was naming them, and he was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger or what? I'm not gonna give you the answer no more.
I might
go ahead.
rig them tickets up for you.
No, too late. You on your own now, cause I'm sitting up here whispering. So that's outside. So that's outside. And he go Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wow.
She said not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not Sylvester
Well, she did
Stallone.
say Jay. I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, that's why
I can't
and that's
think
Sean Connery.
I can't think of the name, but there's several of them on the movie Expendables. It's several of them.
Oh, those
Okay.
I can't think of their name. I can't.
Right, they too old now. Name somebody that's younger, more vibrant.
You ask them, they tell you they feel bad.
Who I said Van Diesel, Jason Statham,
I don't get into shows like that. I just
The
see,
Rock,
I see the pictures.
The
I just
Rock.
see the pictures.
What's his name? Dwayne Wayne, The Rock. Well, he couldn't even name him, but I was naming him.
Thank you so very much.
what's his
Thank you so much. I got my hands are off to you today.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey, you got too much time. You be playing trivia too much. I think you need something to do up there.
You should have said no. You should have said name some white women that's like that.
I wouldn't
Bad girl, he wouldn't know it. He wouldn't have named them.
I don't be getting into TV.
You ain't gotta worry them out. You know about Medea? Did you get in TV for that one?
I mean, I know a few
You heard about Mouth, and then you watched.
Mhm.
So I'm sure some movies that you heard by mouth,
Mhm.
and then you watch them.
Now I can say, you remember that girl? That girl with the in this movie and all. You know, I remember faces. It take me a while to get names.
Names, okay.
Yeah, it take me a while to get
Mm,
names.
that's the same.
I bet you El Dogger names, sir.
Theatrical names. Excuse me.
Okay. Barbara Streisand.
Uh-huh.
Who you
I
gonna
heard that name too many times,
Barbra Streisand.
so it stuck with me. I mean,
I knew you was gonna say Barbara Streisand.
yeah, I done heard her name too many times. Like Dolly Parton too many times.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I
I didn't say she was. I'm just
What
saying
about
the
Gina
name.
Davis? Gina Davis, will she qualify?
Yeah, today was a good one.
What's
He
that?
could have named Halle Berry.
Michelle Pfeiffer, is that her name?
Yeah, but Halle Berry had one, so she should count.
Yeah, he could have. And what's that other? Oh, the Wayners, these sisters. I can't think of her name.
I mean, yes, but she can't.
Right,
She don't really count
Winona
herself
Ryder.
right.
She got bad girl. She got.
Yeah, Winona Ryder.
Yeah, she got caught for shoplifting. Remember?
Uh-oh.
She was all over the news.
Well, I mean, I could have go. I just y'all really want me to be
But no, we not helping
quick
too
and
much
easy,
now.
I just click on the TV to Bad
No,
Girls
we
and
don't
call
have
every
to
last
do
one of them name out.
No. The ones that they got on TV now, the ones that they got on TV now is all the black girls. I forgot the name of it, and it's called Bad Girls. No, I ain't talking about thug. No, I'm talking about we talking
Okay,
about.
let's ask the man. Let's ask the man, Sister Soldier.
Okay.
What makes a girl a bad girl?
What makes
Define a bad girl.
what
Okay.
makes a bad girl a bad girl?
Well, I mean, just like y'all,
Now, see,
they're
they gotta think about
different
that.
terms.
Foul
They're, I guess,
Oh, he said foul mouth.
they're
LDL said
different terms. It's kind of like how you all were just
Lady
saying,
Taylor
you know,
like
it
them.
depends on different individuals because there are bad girls that are determined because, like you just said, you know, foul mouth or they are,
Lucy Goosey.
yeah, loosey goosey, wild between the legs.
That's Lucy Goosey.
Well, you know, I just skip some of them that don't understand that. I just, you know, I'm just saying, you know.
Just giving it to option
Yeah,
anybody,
like
everybody.
parentheses, yeah.
Yeah.
Parentheses. And there are some, like, you know, that are considered bad because they, you know, they're just very outspoken, strongly outspoken individuals.
See, that's me. I'm a bad girl.
Barbara Walters.
Yeah, you can see the part. Yeah, because she was very outspoken, and she called
Oh,
it.
Maya Angelou.
Screech, but
She's
she
a bad girl, man.
I got something better.
Angelo? Yeah, in her younger days, man, she was rough.
Yeah,
I know a person
I
who
got
knows
something
her
better than
personally.
all that though. Me,
Dionne
Me.
Warwick, she was a bad
no,
girl.
me.
Yeah.
Me, Angela Davis. That's the baddest one I know.
She's a bad girl.
Angela Davis.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess
Oh, hey, Tupac mom. What's her name?
I know.
Ashanti.
Shapoor.
Ashanti Shakur.
She ain't even in the United States, but her.
Mhm.
That's a bad woman.
That's a bad woman.
Yeah.
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 That's a bad girl. But see, when we sound like that, we sound like because these are strong women. Not because, you know, they in jail or
Yeah, right.
they slinging dope and all like that. These are strong
Yeah.
women. So maybe the definition of a bad girl is different in its connotation from the definition of a bad boy. When we talk about strong men, we talk about babish dudes.
Well,
Right.
I mean, no,
And most men don't
some,
like strong women anyway.
some applications to bad girl are just like that, you know, the thug, because you know, why you want to be messing with bad girls, you know, that be trifling and all that, and you know, they ain't trying to do nothing and all that. I mean,
Women bad.
But we don't call them bad girls. We call them,
Hold
that's
up.
what you say. Trifling.
But it's a difference. But that's what I'm that's what to say. It's a difference between bad girl and somebody being trifling. Trifling is just trifling. Bad, be bad to the bone. See my skull and crossbones? Bad to the bone. Skull and crossbones. No,
So would we call a guy a bad boy because if they the kind that beat up on women?
No, we call him a punk and a wimp because he won't beat up. Right.
Yeah.
He'll beat on a woman, but he won't beat on a man. Most men that beat will beat on a woman but won't beat on the man because men whoop their butt, they scared.
There are a few men that will beat up on both.
If they do, I got
They call that red piece of steel. That's all
what I'm
that
finna say.
is. They call that red piece of steel.
That's what I'm finna say. I got
So the bad
With the
girls,
Dan on.
let's show the girls that's on that show.
Girls Club.
Yeah,
I don't watch that show.
Misunderstand.
Okay, wouldn't that be the same thing as a bad boy?
no.
That's not the same. I mean, you can't.
No.
Bad boys are not put in the same similar
I wouldn't even
category.
call those bad girls. They're
Right. I
just
wouldn't
on
even-
television.
Yeah, right.
I
wouldn't even, yeah, I
That's
would,
just the title of the show. Okay.
right. And I wouldn't even, and they just doing it for the publicity to get paid, to be recognition. They 15-minute thing. That shows you that they don't have no morals. Like what I'm saying, people do anything for
But
money.
bad
now.
boys, they have morals, and bad girls have morals, right? The ones we
Right.
Okay.
They got certain
Okay.
morals, and certain status,
I'm getting a
and
better
certain
understanding now.
respect that
You
they
know,
demand.
you know that you don't see a show on TV talking the Bad Boys Club
Right. Yeah. Good point.
because the connotation is totally different.
Okay.
Right. Or thugs are us. Yeah, it is. It's I would too. I ain't lying. I would
I
too.
would check that out.
Thugs are us. Straight up in the hood.
Hey.
Put it
But what if you
straight
get
up in
hooked
the
up?
hood.
But what would you do if you somehow got hooked up with a guy and you came to find out he was like a Thugs R
He
Us,
was. That's the key
or
word.
is like a Thugs R Us?
And you
What do you mean? But you
You know how some people play the games, right? Right? And you hook up with a person that seems like they one way, and then you come to find out that they are a Thugs R Us.
And what would you do?
It's easy.
I'd be like, go, baby.
They gotta go. So they gotta
You
go.
gotta go.
No, you gotta go. No, you ain't listen to what he said. What if you hook up with somebody who is still a thug or once was a thug, and you find out that they ain't the thug no more? What would you? You said they got
No more?
Yeah.
right.
They have morals. They have morals now.
Right. That's what I'm
They're not
saying.
irresponsible anymore.
Be
They
like-
have morals.
Go, baby.
Some things out there who were very responsible. They were living that thug lifestyle trying to be responsible. You know, you gotta remember that too.
I have a
Yeah.
good friend who's a true thug, man, but
Right.
he's changed a whole lot.
Yeah,
Well, you
and
got
then when
one.
you get older, you change anyway. You can't be a thug
mean,
for
that-
life,
that-
like Tupac said. You can't be a thug.
He's
I
still
can't
rough,
think of
man.
that,
He's
You
still
can be
rough.
rough, but you can't be a thug for
Man,
life.
knock the crap out of
I
somebody.
can't think of that one preacher. There's a preacher on the Preachers of L.A.
Yeah.
He makes his confession.
Sure does.
Confession. Sound like I'm
Talking
baking
the
a
black
cake.
one?
Don't mess with me.
Talking about the black one with the big
Right,
fat
right, yeah.
Yeah,
he-
he kind of thuggish preacher.
Yeah,
so
he
what-
said he claimed
He
his
admitted
proclaim is that he
he
used
goes
to
back to the
be
hood.
in a gang and all of that. I mean,
Yeah, he good.
so
You know,
that's-
they have to come from somewhere.
You can't. Yeah, but you can't hold somebody's past against them. If you do that, then you're being really immature. You're not ready for a relationship. You cannot take what somebody did in their past and hold it against them. You have to go on what
Especially,
they're doing right now.
especially
Right.
if they repented and changed.
Right, and some
You know, now,
sometimes-
I will be honest with you now. There are some things that, you know, you should be mindful of. You dealing with someone that had an addiction, just be aware of it. You know, if you're dealing with someone that has some sexual issues, just be aware of it.
Kirk
But you
Franklin.
can't hold that against them.
Kirk Franklin, he's a preacher. He had a sexual addiction, but it's put behind. Yep, he had a sexual addiction. It's put behind him. You don't hear nobody talking about that. But we ain't heard from Kirk in a while either. So I'm just saying.
We did.
Yeah,
We put out an album a year and a half ago.
yeah, look what you just said. A year and a half ago, really?
So he's
He
giving up.
wrote, he wrote that hit for Tamala Man. Every day that the sun take me to the king. He wrote that.
Okay, I understand
Well, I
that.
didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wrote
But he
that.
haven't did nothing
So
in a year and a
he's
half.
giving up the porn.
No, he probably
But you
doing
know
this.
what? The money, and anybody in this business knows this. The money is not in the performing. The money is in the writing.
Right.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's
So
what the money is.
I'm glad he writing. I'm glad he making more money. He can buy more porn.
See that?
He can buy more porn. Now,
So
listen.
all that happened though, his wife stood by him. She never left him.
Yeah.
And they worked through that together.
Mm-hmm.
But that's good. But like Medea said, when you find that root,
See?
and that root is in that ground, and that root don't let you down, you keep that root. Because they are hard to find. So that's good. He got him.
Mm-hmm.
He got him a root.
She
Yeah.
turned him into
The root is hard to find.
Yeah.
But I
You
do
can
admire,
lift the branches and leaves.
But this root is hard to find. So turn into a root. So that's good.
I do admire some of the stuff that Medea was saying. You know, even though Medea has a comical phase, but she has some real deep. That's a bad
Knowledge.
girl.
She put
Bad
that
boy
knowledge.
and bad girl all in one dress.
Tyler Perry put that
All
knowledge
in
on
one
you.
dress.
He put
But,
that knowledge on you. That's all.
But you know, as comical as it is, it's a lot of stuff that was said very deep. And that's one of the things I really did like. You know, and this might be a little bit off of the topic, and I could tie it in at the end. But where she said, Medea said, you know, if somebody don't want to be with you, quit holding on to them. Let them go.
Let him go. Yeah, let him go.
They want to leave, let them leave.
Let him leave. Like I said, you said 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Takes
Bible
2 weeks.
even-
let
Bible
me-
even talk about that.
2 weeks, you can
And-
get their
and
last name.
You know, sometimes where I was going to tie that in is because I got to thinking about, you know, what if you did get a bad boy, a bad boy that you call, you know, it's actually bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not good things. A bad boy who's actually bad.
Okay.
You don't have to be thug, but they just bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's-
And they bad for you. They bad for themselves.
And it's bad for
And
society.
it could be bad for society.
And then be the best 2
and-
weeks I have.
And you know, there have been cases where people have hooked up, even gotten married, and without saying married, which can include that, just say have been in a relationship for a long term. It might include marriage, but I say for a long term, and the guy, you know, has turned from being better to worse. There have been relationships where, you know, where situations like that happen. Now it don't have to be a guy. The female went
Right.
from better to worse,
Yeah.
and
But was they bad in the first place?
huh?
Were they bad, a bad person in the first place? A bad woman or a bad man in the first place? Or they just turn like that?
You know, sometimes in life, not everybody. There are those few that have allowed situations and statistics and casualties of life to come as life, because you know we don't know what's ahead. So sometimes the trials and tribulations that come upon us, some folk allow that to come and stress them out, and out of that stress, out of that depression, all that, they begin to sour in their character, or they begin to become worse, and you know, become more negative. A negative person will develop a bad character, because out of that negative, because you don't see nothing good. So if you know you don't see nothing positive,
Okay.
so you start beginning to develop a bad view of things, and you react to a bad view of things, which most likely is going to create a bad character in you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's a good point.
But you know what? It's just like, sister soldier knows that I've said this several times. When I'm on the job and I see somebody coming through that door with a fake disposition written all over their face, and I would just straight up tell them, back up, and why you got for? Because it's the things in the mind. You know, don't come in here, you know, all up and shaking and expect to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to function. You're not going to be able to function like that. And it's very true. I know a young lady right now, and she's always, nothing's going right for me. This is wrong. That's wrong. Everything's wrong. And finally, I just pulled her to the side the other day, and I asked her, I said, I want you to just find one thing that's good. Just tell me one thing that's good that happened to you today. Nothing. I said, really? And I started calling out things, and she was like, yes. I said, now why are you looking like this? I said, you don't want this pressure on you. You gotta let some stuff go. But see, it's up to the individual to let it go.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's up to the individual. You gotta want to let it go.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I love Tyler Perry to death because there's a lot of meaning in his class and in his messages.
A lot of messages.
And,
Oh, good message.
and if you know, you can join his fan page and little emails will come out about once a week where he's talking about different things that he's going through. And the thing about it is that when, me personally, when I feel like, you know, too much on me, I'm real good at popping in a Tyler Perry play. In between the laughing, I draw more meaning out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be able to collect that J play at the beginning. I listen to that all the time because I love it to death.
Yeah.
Well, it's too bad you ain't here sitting between both of them like I was. Because they were singing a few minutes ago. And it was hilarious because neither one of them can sing. When you start...
Written all over your
One in
face.
one ear, the other one in the other ear, and they sing it written all over your face. Can't you imagine them singing that? You missed that. It's in my ear. They just sing. You can't hear it.
Man, we're here in the stereo.
Look, I heard them sing, so yeah, I'm so glad I'm sitting where you sitting there right now.
Okay.
You remember, you talk too much.
You never shut up, yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
but you know, Tyler Perry, I like the post. He talked about people in your life being like a tree, in the shadow of a tree.
mm-hmm.
You know, people are like leaves. The wind blow this way, they over here. The wind blow that way, they over there. We all know people like that. And then I don't think I heard the part he talked about some people are like the branches of the tree.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you think they're strong until you step in on them.
Oh, you need break? Yeah.
That's so true.
You know, and that's true too.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
You really determine who's in your circle. I said that before. You determine who's in your circle. Determine who's around you. And honestly, you got a bad boy, and he's bad to the bone. I mean, like in the play, the worst.
Yeah.
Like he said in the play.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah, you need to pray for worse.
Please send me worse.
And he said you.
If you got somebody like that, and they have to change, let them go.
Right.
Let them go.
Yeah, the Bible backs that up. The Bible talks about that.
Yep.
You become unequally yoked if the person decides